Hi, and welcome to the Double D Show. I'm Dave.
And I'm Dan.
Today we are going to talk about the movie called The Wolverine with Hugh Jackman.
And this was a PG-13 rated film. It was a decent length, about 126 minutes. And we actually got to watch this in 3D, so at least we get the addition of adding a 3D quality video review into this as well. So, without further ado, I mean, the movie was all right. I mean, it was a so-so movie for me. I mean, we've had what 6 X-Men movies so far.
Yes.
I mean, this is about the middle range one for me. For me, it was the lack of mutants. I think we had a total of 3 maybe in the whole thing. And you didn't see him very much. I mean, it was mostly just Hugh and the whole thing.
Well, like you said, the lack of mutant is 3. Well, I'm not real sure, but the one chick that could see into the future, I don't know if she was actually a mutant or not.
Yeah.
Because that's the only power she had was to see into the future of maybe somebody's fate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if that was a mutant, if we can qualify that as a mutant, because I mean, like,
It's possible.
like Wolverine, he's full straight up mutant.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe her karate skills. Because dude, she kicked butt. I'm sorry.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
she did.
But and that's one thing that irritated me. I mean, they played her as a sidekick almost, and she wasn't in the film enough for me. I mean, I would have loved to seen her in the film more, kicking more butt. I'm sorry. That's just me.
She kicked butt a little bit in the beginning, a little bit in the middle. You've seen her do a couple of things, beat up a couple of guys, and then it hands back around to Hugh Jackman, which is Wolverine. That's understandable, but you could have put her in there just a little bit more. Then she was in there towards the end just a little bit.
Yeah, but just nothing. It was just too memorable. I mean,
yeah.
She had a couple good fight scenes, and they just downplayed her from that. It's just the buddy sidekick and just walk around with him. That was about it.
Yeah. Well, overall, this was just a movie about Wolverine, just like the title states.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all you've seen was Wolverine and some snake chick.
Yeah, but in contrast, though, the origin of Wolverine, the predecessor to this, had more mutants in it.
Yes.
And they had a bigger role than the ones in this one did.
Yes.
So I mean that's just my down thing for this. I mean, X-Men movies are supposed to be about mutants and cool powers. Well, I mean, let's face it. There was only one mutant in here that had a cool power. I mean, the lizard chick or the snake woman or whatever the heck they want to call her, the doctor in the movie. I mean, she's cool.
Yeah.
She had some venomous feature to her, and she peels her skin off. But besides that,
yeah, it was like
whoopee. I mean, that's just me. But
it was like a acid peel for your face.
Yeah.
She kissed you or licked you or spit on you, and you started to dissolve a little bit. But that was a really cool thing, and it was a really good effect when they did that one. So, memorable score.
What memorable score? I mean, to me, I mean, I love music. I like the classics that are out there, you know, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, stuff like that. And to me, I'm sure it's in there, don't get me wrong, but when I was watching the movie, I just didn't see it. I didn't hear it, you know, it wasn't there for me at least.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Watched it a couple days later, no, couldn't remember any of it. To me personally, if you don't have good music at certain points in the movie, then it's not going to be memorable for me. I mean, I'm not a movie or a music buff, but
yeah, well, sometimes to me, sometimes you know, when you have good music in certain parts of the film, you captivate the audience. But if you don't have anything, you tend to lose them.
It also will draw you into that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like we say in Lord of the Rings, when they're, I believe it's the first one, the Fellowship of Rings, when they're running across the hill and they're panned down and they got that music playing, it draws you into the moment.
Yeah.
This, I don't remember it drawing me into anything.
Yeah. And that brings me to another thing is the lack of memorable things to remember in the movie. I mean, there were some cool things that happened in the movie. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but there was just not enough of them. I mean, like, well, for one, you know, when at the beginning of the film, when the atom bomb went off. Well, I mean, we're not going to give too many spoilers out, okay?
Yes, not too many spoilers.
We're not. Yeah, we're just conversing back and forth and giving you the what's going on. But like when at the beginning of the film, when the atom bomb went off, that was kind of a cool effect and cool to see.
They portrayed an atom bomb going off very well, I believe. From the distant shot of it going off in the mushroom cloud to the point to where it got to the actors. It was just, I think it was pretty much spot on. Even though none of us has really seen an atom bomb go off, but if this is what it looks like, I don't want to see one go off. Also, how about that one guy in there, the ninja guy, that does like a 500-yard bow shot off the top of a building?
Yeah, and that also brings me to another thing: is he another mutant? I mean, is it true? I mean, are we going to another Hawkeye thing from the Avengers? I mean, but.
I hope not.
But it was a cool effect. I mean, and that'll come into another one of our little critiquing things here later on, which I'll bring up again. But that was a cool shot, just to see him dropping people from 500 yards away, 100 yards, and just like pulling back and just letting it loose, just tearing it up. So.
Yeah, it was a nice shot that all bow hunters would love to be able to make on a deer.
It'd be boring though after that. Yeah. Sorry, that'd be boring after a bit. But
okay.
But also the like towards the end of the film, when that guy is shooting 500 yards away, and a bunch of his ninja buddies like go after Hugh, and they like put a bunch of to try to stop him. They put a bunch of arrows into his back and like hold him down.
Oh yes.
That was kind of cool.
After it was all said and done with all the arrows, he looked like a porcupine.
Yeah.
Literally a gigantic human-sized porcupine. And it made my back hurt so bad after watching that happen.
You know what that almost reminds me of? Beetlejuice. When the things came
out.
Oh,
yeah, with all the spikes, huh? Yeah. Yes, it does.
But also, I mean, another cool thing, and we're not even going to spoil this one for you, but you have to watch past the credits at the end of the movie, and there's like a little cameo that gave you a sneak peek on what is coming up next for another sequel for X-Men, of course.
And it shows two familiar mutants that everybody loves and hates at the same time.
Yeah.
So stick to the end, watch the credits, or fast forward through the credits if you wish, but we suggest watch the credits, support the actors, and see what lies with who it is.
But so let's just get straight down to the ranking here. We'll start with video quality, and definitely I'll give it a 5 quality for the video quality, because I mean everything in there was crisp and clear. I mean it's a newer release movie, top quality stuff. I mean, everything just looked great.
Yes, I'll give it a 5D too, because just like you said, it was nice, clean, clear, crisp, right down to every single bullet shot. You could tell where it hit with a little bit of blood splatter. Even in the background, you could actually see all this going on.
Yeah.
Sound quality.
I'll give it a 4. Just because the sound effects and explosions and everything made everything cool, but the lack of score, to make the movie a little bit more interesting, that drops it down from a 5. I mean, that's for me.
Sound quality for me, I'll give it a 3D rating, just because of lack of score, memorable moments. I watch movies to watch movies, but I would also like for music to pinpoint certain aspects of the movie for me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there.
Well, since this is a 3D film, we'll do 3D effect. First, we'll just start with the death from the movie. And from our aspect of watching it, I'll give it about a 4. I mean, it gave good depth, which again I'll bring up the guy shooting the arrow from a long distance. You know, the guy is running toward the camera. The guy shoots. The arrow passes, you know, through him, through his chest as he's facing the camera. Then you see the shooter in the far distance, which gives it great depth. I mean, that is an excellent shot. I mean, that's why I give that one about a 4. But as in pop outs, I'll give it a 1. I did not see any pop out whatsoever. If you're into the whole gimmicks, you know, wanting something to pop out at you, it ain't there. I didn't see it.
I'll give it a 3D rating for 3D overall effects. Just because, like you said, there was no pop outs. And if there was pop outs, well, for some reason I didn't see them. So they must not have been all that great. We've watched other 3D films, which we will be doing reviews on. Some are older, some are newer. But they had really good pop-out effects. Things stand out big time. And for the Wolverine, nah, I didn't have it.
So what do you give on depth, though? What do you think of the depth of it?
The depth of it, yes, I like the depth of it. Like you said, the arrow shot from the skyscraper down, really good depth. You could actually see that the guy was probably 500 yards away. It gave a real good feeling of how long he had to shoot. And then towards the end there, where all the ninjas were shooting arrows at Wolverine, you could see them scattered all over the place, all across the top of the buildings, and you could see that they was all at really good distances. And then you could actually see the arrows as they flew. They got closer to the camera because you were down there by Hugh. And so, yes, the depth rating, I give it 3Ds on that for sure.
Okay.
What would you give the movie overall?
Overall, probably I'd give it a 3. I mean, even though with the video quality and all that, the movie just wasn't there. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good movie just to watch, but it's nothing I'm going to remember. It's not going to be, ooh, I want to watch this again tomorrow or the next day. I could probably watch it again in a couple months and I won't miss it. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, it's cool to have in the collection if you're an X-Men fan and all that kind of stuff, but it just didn't do it for me. I mean, it was a good movie to watch, but it's nothing memorable.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3D rating also because, you know, like again, lack of music, lack of score in it, just doesn't draw me in, and it's not something that, you know, if I rented it from a video store and I watched it, that I wouldn't watch it again right away. So that's why I give it a 3D rating.
Well, if anything, we'll just leave you off with this. Comment down at the bottom, definitely, if there's something that you want us to critique, take a look at before you go out and get a hold of it yourself and you'll be disappointed. Just let us take a look at it and see what you think. And also just banter back and forth between us. Just leave it down here in the comment section. Also hit that like button, definitely, so you can keep track of what we're doing here. Subscribe to the channel.
Definitely subscribe to the channel, that way you don't miss out on anything. Definitely hit that like button. That helps us out a lot. Plus, it lets us know that you guys are really enjoying this. Definitely comment, leave comments. Tell us if there's something you think we can improve on. We'll give it a shot and see if we can improve on things.
Oh, definitely.
Also, somewhere around here on the screen, there will be some annotations. One annotation is going to go to Northern View Outdoors YouTube channel with Dan. And then the other one will head on over to my channel, which is Maverick76 Gaming, for all your gaming video needs. Also, there will be a subscribe button here. Just if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Just hit the button and it will take you directly to our subscription. So I'm Dave.
And I'm Dan.
Thank you for watching the Double D Show.
See you next time.